Retired Navy SEAL and American hero, Christopher Wyllie.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in arms, my wife and kids, honored guests, I can't express how moved and inspired I am for being a part of this 250th celebration of our Navy. I would first like to say thank you to the crew of these ships and sailors for hosting this event. We understand the effort and manpower to make this happen, and thank you for carrying the torch, protecting our families and this great nation. While I was reflecting on this momentous occasion and milestone for our country, I looked for a voice or a message to turn to. Our Secretary of War and my Navy SEAL ethos came to mind. We're gathered here today in a time that demands strength, not the kind of strength measured in numbers or equipment or technology, but the strength measured in spirit. The strength of men and women who have sworn an oath to defend our nation. The strength of those who understand that freedom is not a gift, it is earned. It is guarded, and if necessary, paid for with sacrifice. The Secretary of War recently reminded us of a truth we sometimes forget. America does not stand tall because of its weapons. America stands tall because of its warriors. Weapons rust, technology changes, but the human heart, sharpened by discipline, courage, and resilience, that endures. That is what keeps this republic alive. As Navy SEALs, we don't just know this truth, we live it. The SEAL ethos is not simply words etched on a wall. It's written in sacrifice. It is carried on the shoulders of every man and woman who has ever worn this uniform. It says, "My loyalty to country and team is beyond reproach. I humbly serve as a guardian to my fellow Americans, always ready to defend those who are unable to defend themselves." That is more than a creed, that is a covenant. A binding promise to each other, to the mission, and to the people of this nation. And it is lived not just on the battlefield, but in the quiet places when no one is watching. In the early hours of training, the late nights of preparation, in the relentless pursuit of excellence. That is where the ethos is forged. The Secretary's recent words echo this same call. Readiness is not a posture. Readiness is a way of life. And he's right. Readiness is not something we turn on and off. Readiness is not a box to check. Readiness is who we are every day in every choice we make. It is built in sweat, in sacrifice, and in repetition. It is built when your lungs burn, your body aches, and every part of you screams to quit, but you refuse. It is built when you choose discipline over comfort, when you choose to serve others before yourself, when you choose the harder path because it's the right one. Too often we think of the fight as something out there, across oceans, in deserts or mountains. But the truth is, the fight is within. Every morning, when our feet hit the ground, we face a choice. Do we rise to the standard of warriors, or do we fall short? Do we embody the values we swore to uphold, or do we let fear, complacency, or doubt take root? The SEAL ethos reminds us, I do not advertise the nature of my work, nor seek recognition for my actions. That means the battle is not about glory. It's about grit. It's about facing ourselves, our weakness, our excuses, and refusing to let them win. And here's the thing. Not one of us does this alone. We stand because of our brothers and sisters to our left and to our right. We endure because someone else is counting on us. We push through because we know if we falter, someone else bears the cost. That's why the ethos says, I serve with honor on and off the battlefield. Because in the end, this is not just about individual strength. This is about unity, about knowing that the man or woman beside you will not quit, will not surrender, and will not let you down. And in that bond, in that unbreakable trust, we find the strength to overcome any obstacle. Our Secretary of War is not trying to make our time in the military harder. He's trying to ingrain in each and every service member that discipline in both physical and mental readiness is a lifelong lesson. I believe he is not only ensuring that our military is fierce, lethal, and ready today, he is looking toward the future to ensure that we all become leaders in our own communities as veterans. There is a simple truth that when you hang up that uniform, you become a veteran. Only those who have never raised their right hand and taken this oath of service can be called civilians. I believe our Secretary of War wants us to take the lessons learned during our service and become examples for generations to follow, to become the compass for our youth, examples to aspire to. I can tell you from experience, it is not an easy task finding purpose after the military. It took me decades to navigate emotions, frustrations, and the constant desire to serve again. Ultimately, I found what I call service after service. I realized that serving others and making my fellow veterans my focus helped me feel whole. It gave me purpose, direction, and a sense of camaraderie. I now run a Naval Special Warfare Museum in New York, named after Lieutenant Michael Murphy, a Navy SEAL who received the Medal of Honor for his actions in Afghanistan, and the movie depicted was Lone Survivor. Every day I must rise to the level of a Navy SEAL because people are expecting it, and they should. Even though I am medically retired, I cannot be an out-of-shape SEAL. How can I recite to our visitors that my nation expects me to be physically harder and mentally stronger than my enemies if I don't look that way? How can we expect our future generations to rise to the occasion or hear the calling if we ourselves do not? I must be that image of excellence in front of our school field trips or any visitor who is expecting to see the tip of the spear. I lean on discipline learned from years of service, knowing that I still have service to do. I still have to be an example for my own children, my neighbors, my community, and my nation. You see, our service never stops, it evolves. In today's world, resilience is everything. The challenges we face are not short-term, they are enduring. The missions are longer, the threats are more complex, and the demands on our force and our families is heavier. Yet the expectations remain unchanged, that we will not falter, we will not retreat, and we will never quit. As the ethos concludes, the loyalty to my teammates and the mission is sacred. I will not quit, I will not fail. That is the warrior's promise, not only to those who wear the uniform, but to every American who looks to us for strength, for safety, and for hope. So as we stand together today, let us reaffirm what is expected of us, to embody honor, courage, loyalty, and resilience, Let us remember that every action and decision we make reflects not only on ourselves, but on the generations of warriors who came before us and those who will follow after. We are not asked to be perfect. We are asked to be relentless. We are not asked to avoid adversity. We are asked to thrive in it. We are not asked to fight for ourselves. We are asked to fight for a cause greater than self, a nation greater than any one individual. That is today's expectation, and that is why we must carry this forward together for the next 250 years. Thank you. May God bless our warriors, our families, and may God bless the United States of America.